guys. So I just finished watching Captain America Civil War. This is the next film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the first film of Phase 3. We are almost done with the Infinity Saga of the MCU. And this is the start of Phase 3 of that saga. And we start with Captain America Civil War. Now, once again, directed by the Russo brothers, this picks up right where Age of Ultron left off. And I'm going to share a quick little memory that I have. When they announced this movie back in 2014, I remember vividly where I was in the moment that this movie was announced. I remember me and my family, we were moving at the time, right? And we had like no internet. We had no internet at the house. So like I was kind of like, I was out of touch with everything going on movie news wise and everything, right? Well, one day we went to the store. I think we went to Target or something, and they had free Wi-Fi. So naturally, being the 14-year-old, obsessed with the internet as I was, I of course connected to the free Wi-Fi and immediately went on Facebook to immediately start looking at movie news. And the first thing that popped up I swear the first thing that popped up was Marvel announces Phase 3 of the MCU, and I see Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and then all of a sudden, Captain America Civil War. I saw that and immediately lost my mind. From that moment on, I called my older brother, and I immediately told, this movie's at Captain America Civil War, Captain America 3, it's gonna be Civil War, it's happening, they're adapting the Civil War. Anyway, because here's the thing, the Civil War storyline in the Marvel comics, and really the Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is one of my favorite Marvel video games of all time. The Civil War storyline is one of my favorite comic storylines of all time. So I love the Civil War concept in the Marvel comics. This idea of the Avengers being split into two, being divided, and this idea of the government dividing our favorite heroes, and who's on what side. Captain America leading one side, Iron Man leading the other, and some of my favorite heroes were some of my favorite heroes, like Spider-Man, were on Iron Man's side. Some of my favorite heroes were on some of my other favorite heroes were on Cap's side. So it was a part of me was kind of rooting for both, because I love both heroes. But that's what made the Civil War storyline so great, is that you're kind of rooting for both, but at the same time you're like conflicted with who's right and who's wrong in the situation. And that's what this movie does so well. It makes you question who is right and who is wrong. This movie, at some point in this movie, I'll say this. For me, 100%, I'm Team Iron Man, right? But there are times in this movie where I'm like, I can see Cap's argument. I can see Captain America's argument. I can understand where Cap's coming from here. I know why he doesn't want them to be registered with why the Avengers shouldn't answer to the government, because what if there's somewhere that the Avengers need to go and the government doesn't let them do it? What if this turns out to be another Shield Hydra situation, like there's a lot of problems that can come from that, and you have all these other conflicts, and Iron Man's got his point of view of, like, if we don't do this now, they're gonna, basically knock down the door and take everything we got, so we need to basically do what they say, so you're kind of conflicted in a way. You as an audience member are kind of like, both are kind of right, but both are also like you're conflicted in that way. And by the end, that airport fight is one of the greatest moments in cinema history. It is so magical, so beautiful. The introduction to Spider-Man in the MCU is magnificent. I almost fell over there. Black Panther is fantastic. Yeah, this movie's amazing from start to finish. It's incredible. It's an amazing movie. I love it. Love it from start to finish. And I will say, like, I'll be honest, not gonna lie. For the longest time, I always thought Zemo was the weakest part of the movie. But watching it this time around, I thought Zemo actually grew on me as a character, and his motivation for why he's doing the things he's doing, and his ultimate plan, what his plan ultimately is. Yeah, is it a little convenient? Yeah, sure. It's a little convenient, right? Like, yeah, it's a little convenient. But ultimately what his plan is and what his motivation is so powerful and and really ties into the whole theme of the movie, the theme of collateral damage and all this kind of stuff. So, the Captain America Civil War is just fantastic. Another great addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that is my thoughts on Captain America Civil War. Join me tomorrow, guys, as I will talk about Doctor Strange.